Now, with no further ado, let's welcome host Mike Romai to introduce today's program.
And we're going to talk about a very exciting business in Ambridge. There's so much excitement that goes on in Ambridge. Every time I mention Ambridge nowadays, I always have to say, Ambridge is really knocking it out of the park as it pertains to new businesses, new streets, just a new identity. It's like they snapped their fingers, although I know it's taken a lot of hard work. But Ambridge has come a long way in the past couple of years. And one of the reasons for that is a business we're going to be talking about in this segment of The Best of Beaver County. And that's a place called Altered Genius. Kelly Herman is with us. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning. Hi. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. I thought they had our names mixed up here, and you'll see it when you watch us back, because I thought they should have had Altered Genius under my name, or at least genius part of it. But no, there it is, Altered Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So I love telling the story of why we have that name, too, because our brewers are special education teachers. They're alternative education teachers. So if you notice in our logo, the alt and the ed is kind of highlighted, and that's our alternative education. And they really believe that you can find genius in anything, even the smallest things, the mundane. So you'll see that a lot of our beers have genius names. So yeah, they're
like
named
Einstein
after literature.
and,
they're named after literature or movies or funny quotes or music, things like that.
So you're not saying that to be a teacher in that kind of education drives you to drink?
I'm not saying that, but if the shoe fits,
I was going to say, I think most people in education field of any kind say, it kind of drives you to drink after a while.
Yeah, it happens.
Okay,
It happens.
So you brainstormed that idea for the name.
Yeah, that's where it came from, and I love telling that story. But yeah, it happened that way, and they found this building, and with their third partner, and Altered Genius was born.
Yeah, it's remarkable. Yeah. And this, how long have you been in Ambridge?
So it's really exciting that we are celebrating our 5th year anniversary in May. We're going to have a big party, and we're really excited to have opened during COVID. Really, in April, May of 2020. Was tough. We started just doing takeout beer. We had all this beer to sell, but we weren't allowed to have anybody in the building.
I was going to say, let me question that genius part of things that you decided to open.
I know, right? Well, we were supposed to open in January of that year, and things just weren't ready with the building. Things weren't weren't perfect yet, and so then March. And then March happened, and voila, we had to move to April, May.
March just seems to happen like that.
You know?
Yeah, you can't predict March in anything for anything. What building are you in? What building did it used to house?
So, if you're familiar with Ambridge, and a lot of people know that we're the old hot dog shop.
Yes. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the Brighton hot dog shop.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's our building. And we found this amazing sign that says Brighton Hot Dog Shop. They found it in the basement, covered in dust, and we cleaned it all up, and it's hanging in the back of the brewery now.
Wow, nice. And there's a parking lot next to you there?
Yeah, we have a parking lot next door, yeah.
Very good. So that's always important when you have...
It is, Parking in Ambridge is at a premium right now. Yeah, you have to... It's fine. Usually you can find parking on the street or wherever. But.
And how have you been welcomed by Ambridge?
Oh, so wonderfully. We love all of the other businesses there. We try to help out each other whenever we can. It's been great. Everybody there, the chamber, the commissioners, everybody. It's been great.
Yeah, I know Scott Tatey, one of our colleagues here, loves your place.
Yeah, we love Scott.
And you have entertainment there as well.
We do. Especially for our 5th anniversary, we'll have the Jive Daisy. They're an amazing group that it's all instrumental, and it's fantastic. They'll play everything from like 9 Inch Nails and country music and Irish music. They play everything, and it's all done on a electric violin and guitar and some drums. It's amazing. They're so good.
Electric fiddle, huh?
Yeah, electric fiddle. You got it. Yeah.
How big is the band? I mean,
there's just the 3 of them. There's
just 3 of them.
Yeah.
They fill a room, though.
They do.
Yeah.
They're awesome. Yeah, it's just amazing. Their sound is amazing.
How did you? We know how you came up with the name. You just told us that, but. How did you and the partners come up with the concept? Craft brewing came around probably just a little bit before that,
Yeah.
before COVID and all that stuff, and people
Correct.
started to make their own beers.
Well, Donnie and Mike, who are our brewers and owners, they were brewing together before as teachers. They both knew that they liked to brew. They decided to brew a beer together, and so they each have they had their own recipes, and then they were brewing together then at that point, and then that's when the third partner came in, and he was like, "This beer is so good." That's our Hoptruvian, one of our flagship beers, and it is. It's an American IPA. It's so good. I didn't come along until 2020, like when they hired me in 2020, but they had been brewing together for a long time before that. Hoptruvian, it's funny because when I first started, Hoptruvian was not my favorite. I was like, this is way too better. It's a 99 IBU. It's a little up there with the hoppiness, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a wonderful beer.
No, you're very hoppy to
I'm
enjoy.
very happy.
Yeah, is that something that people have to get used to? People who usually drink beer out of a can somewhere.
Yeah, I love the people that come in and say, "Give me a Miller Lite."
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah, no way. Yeah, it is. I think your taste buds change as you get older, as you try new things, your taste buds change, and that is something that you have to get used to. That bitterness. Some people are just never going to like it, and that's okay. We have something for everybody at our
I was going to say, because if somebody comes in and says, "Yeah, but I kind of like Miller Lite," do you have anything that tastes like Miller
And
Lite?
I always ask them, and I always tell them, I'm proud of you for trying this,
Yeah.
because you have to branch out. Yeah, we do. We have an amazing German Pilsner. It's called Prim. It's a prim and proper Pilsner, and it is so good. Really, it's really good too. That's a favorite for the people that don't like, like craft beer. Yeah. That's always one that I go to, and also our Rescue, which is a really light Kolsch. I say it's just like a beer, and that's a really good one too.
Yeah, and you have something that tastes like Guinness.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's our Stevens Island, and it is really good. And we have it on Nitro right now, and it does. I would put it right up next to Guinness. Yeah.
Well, now, see, you're throwing around words here that we may not be familiar with if we're not familiar with the craft beer industry. Now, it's on Nitro now.
Nitro,
what does that
Sorry.
mean?
Yeah, I can explain that.
Well, that's all right. That's why we're here.
So mostly when you're have a keg of beer and you're pushing it through the system, and that's how it gets into your glass, and it has carbonation. It has the head on it, right? Usually we push that with CO2 and nitro. It's a blend. With this beer, like a Guinness, it just uses nitrogen to pour, and that's how you get like the beautiful cascades. And it's just
watch the head rise.
Yeah, I know. I wish they could see my hands as I'm doing that. I talk with my hands a lot. Yeah. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. So it's awesome. Yeah, it's really good. Like I said, I would definitely compare it to Guinness.
Now, and I've been to Ireland, and I've been to the Guinness factory over there, and so they teach you how to pour the perfect pint, and so you do it slow. Is that something you have to? Is that what you do with this as well? Because if you pour too fast, then you're just going to have all foam.
Correct. Yeah, and you have to be patient, and that's what I tell people. If you're ordering a Stevens Island, be patient, because it does take a minute to get it just right. You pour it slowly at first. You let it sit. You let it do its thing, and then you can top it off, and it still is going to continue to do that cascade.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. And so when a keg in a normal bar, and let's go back to Ambridge. Yeah. Ambridge was a shot in a beer town.
Definitely.
For so many decades. Yeah.
Still is.
So the guys like to come in and sit at the bar after work and have a shot in a beer.
Yeah.
But with the craft brewing phenomenon that came about, and with Altered Genius, you change that a little bit, and you're able to bring in a younger generation because it seems like it's geared more towards people under 40. Am I wrong?
It's funny that you say that. I think that's when we opened, we were like, we're going to get all the hipsters in here, right? Yeah. It's going to be, but it's definitely, we have grandmas coming in ordering Hoptruvian.
Well, grandmas are like that, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, my grandma was just in there last night. We get a lot of like people in their 20s, and we have a lot of families that come in. We're family friendly, we're pet friendly. Wow. So it's just a great mix of people. I always say we have the best customers in Ambridge. We really, really do. Yeah. And the best crew, but we do. We just have the greatest we have the greatest people that come in. I'm like, well, if you're, first of all, if you're coming in with a sad look on your face to a brewery, there's something wrong.
Yeah, right.
So I can usually make you feel better.
Well, that's good, because you don't want anybody depressed in your bar.
No.
Yeah. So you stay true to the Mike Lang saying, buy Sam a drink and get his dog one too.
Absolutely.
So the dog's pet friendly, family friendly.
Family friendly.
You serve food there?
We do. We have an amazing menu. Yeah. The food came along a little after we opened. Our chef, Ben, is amazing. He's always dreaming up some new things, but our food is really good. In fact, tonight is wing night, and we have probably...
Brag about it.
I'm going to brag a little bit.
Because we all look for wings.
Yes. We have the best wings around. I mean, they are really, really good. And people just keep saying that they're the best wings around. We have a lot of different flavors that you can choose from. They're crispy. They're delicious. Yeah.
So he
tonight's
crisps
wing
them
night.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to get a wing where, it's a little soggy, a little soft, something like that. You want crunch to go into it.
Yeah.
How many different seasonings do you have?
Oh, gosh. At least 10, 12. Yeah.
What's the most popular?
The most popular is probably our Genius Dust.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's my favorite too.
Sure. And what is Genius Dust?
Genius Dust, I like to say it's a combination of smoky and barbecue and sweet and spicy. It's just kind of all of the things mixed into one, and it's a dry, it's a dry dust.
Yeah.
And it's delicious. It's amazing.
And everybody likes garlic and butter.
Yeah, a little
and
bit of garlic in there. Yeah, garlic. We have butter garlic parm. We have dry Cajun, honey Cajun. The honey Cajun's probably the number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, does the staff have to taste test this stuff before you give it out to the public?
Of course,
yeah. The chef, what did you say his name was?
Ben.
Chef Ben, does he work in the kitchen back there and says, hey, come here, I want everybody to taste this. There's something new I'm coming up with.
If you're lucky enough to be working that day and he's like, try this, then that's what happens.
I need a little bit more garlic in that or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah. And so what other foods do you have on the menu?
Yeah, different kinds of sandwiches. Right now for Lent, we have fish. We have an amazing fish sandwich. Really? Yeah. And we have some different like vegetarian options too. We have a mushroom monster that's pretty popular. It's just all mushrooms, and they're locally sourced. They're really, really good. What else do we have? That's
important because my daughter's a vegetarian, and so you go out and you eat bar food, and it's usually chicken fried, tater tots or something like that.
Yep.
But if you're a vegetarian, you want something good.
Yeah, and the mushrooms kind of like fill that void. We also have like a caprese flatbread that's really good too. That's just kind of easy. A really good burger, and we also, paying homage to the hot dog shop, we have hot dogs.
Oh, really?
Kind of like. Yeah, fancy hot dogs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fancy hot dogs.
Fancy hot dogs, yeah.
How fancy can you get with a hot dog?
Well, cheesy fajita, and some of them are bacon wrapped.
Okay.
So we have that. We have a Oktoberfest dog and a BLT dog. Yeah.
Has it been a learning experience, a growing experience over the past 5 years?
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. If you're not growing and learning, what are you doing? Yeah, for sure. We we found out what works, what doesn't, what beers are good, what beers maybe that wasn't such a favorite, but really all the beers are good.
Yeah. Well, and we'll talk about all the different varieties because you have to have them as you start. And just like you're talking about Chef Ben, once you get into craft brewing, then you got to keep on finding something new and different and fruity and all those different flavors for the beer as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
like I said, when people come in, if they are just like a Miller Lite, Coors Light kind of person, like I said, I'm always very proud of them for trying different things. We always have something that they'll like, I think.
And Ambridge, once again, I think they hold some kind of record or close to holding a record over the years as having the most beer gardens, bars per capita.
Yes.
Not only churches, but bars. Maybe one has something to do with the other, but they definitely
you
were that.
said it, not me.
Is it still that way? Is there a lot of competition?
I don't think there's competition. I think that it's all friendly. There's enough room for all of us. But I do think that I don't know if we still hold that record, but I know it was back in like the Steel days. That's when it was, and it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome to see just the life being breathed back into Ambridge.
When I used to work down there at the radio station down there, Rook's East Side Saloon.
Rook's.
Did you ever go to Rook's?
Oh yeah. Yes, been to Rook's many times. Unfortunately, it burned down.
Yeah.
I know, but same thing. That was right around the corner from us. Where we are.
Right.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Jim Brooker was a great what would you call him, host when you go in there.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
enjoy the bar.
Oh, yes.
We're
for
talking
sure.
about Altered Genius. We're talking with Kelly Herman, and we've got more to talk about in the varieties of flavors of beers and also hard ciders.
Yes.
I guess you've got.
We
We'll talk
do.
about that when we
Okay.
come back from this break.
Sounds good.
On the Best of Beaver County.
Is one thing. Having anxiety about falling is a whole different subject. If you or a family member are concerned about falling, and yes, either up or down the stairs, or maybe even out of bed, St. Barnabas has a special message and some ideas just for you. Years of experience in working with people who are prone to falls has given St. Barnabas special expertise in this area. Call them at 724-443-0700 and learn about ways that you can begin to feel more confident and safe, including suggestions that you can implement right now into your daily routine. Call St. Barnabas at 724-443-0700. For many years now, St. Barnabas has been helping people fall, in love that is, with their new, better life, a longer life, a risk-free life. Call St. Barnabas now at 724-443-0700 or visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com and learn more about living longer and better.
Well, belly up to the bar. We're having a drink from Altered Genius in Ambridge. Kelly Herman is here. And if you don't know about it, shame on you. If you're looking for it, it's where the old hot dog shop used to be in Ambridge, towards the end of town, but plenty of room in there. I had hot dogs there in the past, but you can still get hot dogs there.
You can?
Genius dog, is that what you call it?
You we call them just the hottest of dogs.
The hottest of dogs. Well, yeah. And it attracts a crowd. And not only that, but entertainment. How particular are you about the entertainment? Because I'm sure you get phone calls and business cards from every band, bar band, garage band.
All the time.
Yeah, imaginable.
Yeah. We've lucked out. And actually, we're working with an entertainment company right now that's kind of getting us some new talent and stuff. And it's been amazing to work with their Root Down Entertainment. But it's been great. We also have like trivia nights. We have music trivia. We have just all kinds of entertainment for people. But we love just a good acoustic guitar with someone singing us some tunes.
Yeah. The bar games and things like that. People like music trivia and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. How big is your capacity? How many people can you hold?
Oh gosh.
And you've been
inside. I think we are about 80 to 100. And then if you include our patio and outside, we can add like another 100 to that.
When's your busiest time?
Friday nights, Saturday nights, and trivia nights, which is Thursday. Tonight's our trivia night. Yeah.
All right. Now, who does the trivia?
It's called Buzzworthy Pub Trivia.
Okay.
And they bring someone in and host. Yeah.
Yeah. And how about when Oktoberfest and those sort of things? And I know there are special days that Ambridge has for different businesses in town.
Yeah. We love working with the chamber for the different events that they do, and Small Business Saturday right after Thanksgiving. We love Small Business Saturday and try to do some promotions for that and different things. We have lots of fun.
And so let's talk about the beers. You talked about the first one.
Yeah.
And I asked you about the kind of lagers that you have. So who comes up with the ideas, and is it always a work in progress, that whether it's your partners or whatever in the kitchen or in the basement trying to cook up some new concoction?
Yeah. So we just released in December. In December, we released a beer from one of our assistant brewers. It was a Bière de Garde, which is a French style of beer. And Daylin designed it. She went from start to finish with that beer. So that was kind of her dream. And then same thing, our other assistant brewer, Deshawn, just released a beer in March, a Black Guy IPA. It's called Black Guy IPA, and it's delicious too. It's just a little more malty. It's a black IPA, and so good, just so good. Both of those beers, so good, so unique, and they dreamed these up and worked so hard on them, and were able to bring them to fruition. Now, Mike and Donnie, the brewers, they have these recipes from, like I said, from when they were brewing from years ago, and they modify them. Some of them have a little. They're like, maybe this didn't work. Maybe we'll switch the hops up in this one. Maybe change the yeast, whatever it looks like, and And they go from there.
Now, I remember when people first got started in these sort of things, and they had 5-gallon white buckets in the basement and hoses running out of them. What's the concept now?
Yeah, we still
Still
have
do that?
we still have those. We still have those. It's funny.
Yeah.
I'll walk in and all the lights will be out. I'll be in by myself in the brewery doing some things, and I'm like, what is that noise? And it's the beer working, bubbling and working away. But we have a 10-barrel system. So we are able to brew, not 10 beers at a time because all the tanks are for different things. But we're still pretty small, in relation to other things. But we keep
up with it.
Yeah.
Now, my sister is a great lover of craft beers and IPAs. And you said one of the brewers that you have, you said a woman's name.
Yeah, Daylin.
How do women get really into this?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes. We work with the Pink Boots Society too, which is all women in women in brewing. They support women in brewing, and we actually brewed a beer with the women in our staff, and it's called Genius, and we are. It should be ready soon, but it uses those Pink Boots hops, and we support women in brewing. It's getting bigger. The women are coming. They're coming. They're coming for you.
I understand that. Yeah.
They. It's awesome, and I love to see it. We love to support women in brewing. There's a new brewery that opened, Hazel Grove, and they're have a woman brewer too, and it's just awesome. It's awesome to see the growth.
Yeah. Do they have a different taste than the male brewers would? In the sense that they're going to come up with something.
Yeah,
and
everybody has their own tastes. Yeah, everybody has their own tastes and what they want to put into this beer, into their beer. But yeah, I know there are lavender brews and a whole different kinds of things. The one that she did is a pear and fig. Beer, so it's a little sweeter, but it's so good too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find people like sweeter beers?
There's always someone that's like, oh, I don't like sweet beers, or I don't like fruit in my beer, and stuff like that. But then there's those people that want that sweetness, or they and sours. Sours are so popular, so people are always wanting to try a sour too.
It takes a certain taste, and our taste buds. If you're familiar with the commercial beers that are out there, you want to try craft beers like this.
Yeah, we try them. Yeah.
Yeah, but your customer base.
Oh, yeah.
Guys come in, people to come in.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's people, I always say, what do you normally order when you go out to a regular bar or regular wherever? What do you normally order? And if they tell me, I'm like, okay, try this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they say they like Blue Moon, okay, try this. It's got a little bit of a hint of some orange in it or something like that. Yeah. Mm.
And do you buy it in a pint glass? Do you buy it in what do they call those sleds or?
Oh, a flight. Yeah, we can do flights. We can do 8 ounces,
so you can try
12
different
ounce,
ones?
different. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I've had people order buckets. They want a bucket of beer. That's fair after a hard day. Well, we don't sell them. I wish we did, but after a hard day, you want a bucket of beer.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm like, it's gonna get warm. Let's start with a pint. Let's start with a pint.
Because it is different. If you're accustomed to having a beer, a regular commercial beer out of a glass, you might, you go to a ball game or something like that. You're going to drink it fast.
Yeah.
But with craft beers, that's different.
Yeah, they're a little more higher
higher
octane. Yeah. So you have to be careful for sure. Mm-hmm. You can't drink a craft beer the way you would drink a Coors Light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You'd be calling
you
an
can,
Uber.
but you might not enjoy the next day.
Now, what are these hard cider things I hear about?
Yeah, so we've teamed up with A Few Bad Apples. A Few Bad Apples cider, they have been established for a long time in this industry. And they started brewing at our location, and we usually have 3 on tap at all times of their ciders, and they're delicious. They're wildly popular. They always have, and they are all made with unsprayed, organic. Maybe the apples that couldn't sell at the regular store or whatever. They have a little defect in them or something, or maybe there's a bug because they're unsprayed. Nope, they can make great cider. Yeah.
They take the worms out.
They do. Yeah. Yeah.
No worms in those
Yeah,
apples.
you might get a little
hey,
antenna or something. I don't know.
Protein's protein.
Yeah, it's
now,
fine,
is
it's
what
fine.
they say. And they're popular. You say
Oh my
they're
gosh,
growing more popular.
So popular, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole. I feel like there's a whole cider community that just, and they support each other, and they're so supportive of each other. But there's just like, nope, I drink cider. Don't want beer. I drink cider. And plus, it's gluten free, which is nice to offer that to people that come in that are gluten free. Now our seltzer, we do make our own seltzer also, and our seltzer's gluten free. But the ciders for the gluten free people are great.
It must be difficult because you're trying to satisfy every taste, every lifestyle that's out there.
Yeah.
You don't even think about that. You went out for a beer or a cider and you think, oh, is that gluten free? I would have never imagined.
Yeah, you have to ask. And if people say, like, what do you have that's gluten free? We have those options now for them. We also have options for non-alcoholic beers.
Okay.
Like for people that don't drink. You know, we just made, it's called Hop 2.0. It's hop water. So it's water. It's water. But it's hopped. It's
Got
been
some hoppy
hopped.
in it.
Yeah. And a little bit of citrus, a little bit of lemon. And it's really, really good. It's so refreshing. But it's like that, well, I want a beer, but I don't want a beer. That's a great option. Yeah. Had some pregnant ladies love it too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Of
of
course.
course.
It gives you the feeling
It
that
gives you like, you think you're having, you can join in. You know?
Very good. Altered Genius is the name of the place in Ambridge. Do you call it a pub? Do you call it a bar? Do you call it what?
We call it a brewery.
Brewery,
Yeah, we're
okay.
a brewery.
Yeah.
We have a
Guess I
tap
should say
room.
that.
We have the brewery. Yeah.
Tap room. How many different varieties do you have on tap?
12.
12 different
12
varieties.
beers. Yeah, 12 beers. Well, 11 beers of seltzer and then 3 ciders. Yeah, we have a 15 tap system.
Very good. And what are your days and hours?
Yeah, we're open. We're closed Mondays and Tuesdays. So we have Wednesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 10. Well, 2 to 10, I'm sorry. And then Friday, we're open for lunch. So we're open at noon till 11. And then same with Saturday, noon till 11. Sunday, we have brunch. And we have some amazing brunch drinks too. And we are open Sunday from 11 to 8.
Wow. So it's just not, you're going to come in and get a mimosa.
You can. You can
Sunday
get
for
a
brunch.
beer mosa.
Is that right? A beer mosa?
Yes, yes.
What's that comprised of?
It's delicious. It is sparkling wine. It is beer, your choice of beer. I love it with our sour. And then it's topped off with orange juice.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, very
it's
good.
Really good.
Get a lot of people come in after church?
Yes. we get the church crowd. We love it.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. What do you want people to know that they don't know about Altered Genius already?
I want them to know that we have the best beer around. We do.
Fair enough.
And we also have the best people. We really do. Our people are what makes our business so successful, because our customers, when they come in, they're like, we just feel like we're home here. We feel like we're a family. And I'm like, well, you are. You're a part of the family now. You know, and that's how we've always been. People that come in, we know most people's names when they come in. And
just like Cheers.
It is. It's just like Cheers, you know.
And so Thursday night tonight is trivia night?
Trivia night.
Or trivia
Wing
night?
night.
Wing
Yeah.
night.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the price of the wings, if I can ask?
Yeah, you can ask. They're normally 10 for 6.
Okay.
But
Well, that's
tonight
good. That's a good
tonight
price.
it's $8.50.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And band on Friday?
We have a band tomorrow. Jake Rubenstein. He's by himself. He's a solo artist. He's great. He'll play whatever you want him to play.
And then when's this trio coming in to
Yeah, that's gonna
play
be
electric fiddle?
Oh, now you should make me look
Well,
at
that's
my,
okay.
my
That's okay.
calendar. It's May 10th. May 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, May 10th. It's going to
You
be our
online?
anniversary party.
You online? You have
Yep.
somebody can go to your website or
Yep.
Facebook?
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Altered Genius. We have alteredgeniusbrewing.com is our website. And
Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful talking with you.
Nice talking with you. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Kelly
Yeah,
Herman,
appreciate
Altered
you.
Genius in Ambridge. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network.
Thank you for listening to the Best of Beaver County. St. Barnabas is pleased to have provided content and sponsorship for the program. Tune in this Sunday at 11:30 for an encore presentation of today's program on Beaver County Radio. And next Thursday at 11 for another edition of the Best of Beaver County on WBVP, WMBA, and 99.3 FM.
I'm Patty.
And I'm Bob. We're retired, and we live at St. Barnabas in the Village.
We used to have a house.
Lived in it for 40 years.
Raised our kids.
But it became too much. The upkeep, the stairs.
Moving seemed like such a hassle. We didn't even know where to start, so we didn't.
Until we met Cindy at St. Barnabas.
She talked us through our options.
Yeah. And she helped us with our move and all the arrangements.
There was so much stuff. Who knew we had 3 fondue pots?
But she made it easy.
So easy.
Now we enjoy ourselves.
Golf, the pool, new friends, shuttles to where we want to go.
The pub and the food.
So good.
There wasn't a long-term commitment or any large fees.
And they have a healthcare system on campus with doctors if we need it. The kids really like that.
The kids like to come and eat with us.
There's an easier, worry-free way to retire at the Village at St. Barnabas. Come visit us for a free and informative counseling session and personal tour.
I can't believe you waited so long.
I can't believe you waited so long.
Visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-443-0700.
Well, look who's here. No, I mean, look who's here. Noah Haswell with the news. Noah?
Beaver County Radio's news source. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and beavercountyradio.com. Here's Noah Haswell.
Good morning on this Thursday, April 17th of 2025. We will have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after we take this look at news. According to documents on Wednesday, the suspect that set a fire to the house of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro on Sunday motivated his actions from the Gaza conflict. A search warrant from Pennsylvania court officials confirms a 911 call on Sunday from Cody Ballmer says he refused to be a part of what Shapiro is doing with the Palestinians. A third-party expert is also independently reviewing the security of the fire and working with the Pennsylvania State Police. An unidentified man from Swickley got a gun and bullets intercepted from him at the Pittsburgh International Airport on Wednesday by TSA officers. According to TSA, the man forgot that he possessed these items, which were a .22 caliber handgun and 30 bullets. Police were notified by TSA and officers took the gun from the man before releasing him. This is the 12th time in 2025 that a gun has been intercepted at Pittsburgh International Airport. Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver report that an unidentified driver hit a deer, causing a single vehicle crash in Hanover Township on Tuesday. The crash happened on Lincoln Highway and its intersection with Powell Drive on U.S. Route 30. According to police, the driver was going 45 miles per hour when a deer crossed the road. After hitting the deer, the driver did not want to drive the car, which was removed by AAA. There were no reported injuries. Pennsylvania State Police in Beaver report that a woman from West Pittsburgh caused a single vehicle crash on I-376 West on Monday. 50-year-old Tammy Allen was about 1 mile from the Brighton exit in Chippewa Township and did not have control of her vehicle. Allen also struck a guide rail after going off the right side of the road. According to police, Allen did not have any PA vehicle code violations, and her left leg sustained a minor injury after the crash. Beaver County Radio News correspondent Sandy Giordano reports that the Central Valley School Board approved retirements, a resignation, and 3 hirings on Wednesday. 9 employees and 6 education support professionals will retire on June 30th. Head varsity swim coach Larry Palochak resigned effective March 25th. Denise Sebeck is the new district business manager. Laura Hartzell will be the high school assistant principal, and Drew Sansonetti will be the middle school assistant principal. AAA East Central is introducing the campaign #ActionAgainstDistraction to help drivers let go of distractions completely. According to a release from AAA East Central, when a motorist takes their eyes off the road for 5 seconds driving 55 miles per hour, it's like driving a football field length blindfolded. Recommendations from AAA include keeping phones away, putting your GPS on before driving, and using your phone when you are safely pulled over. Acting U.S. Attorney Troy Ravetti announced Wednesday that a Cranberry Township resident was sentenced to an incarceration on his conviction of assault by striking, beating, or wounding. 28-year-old Quinton Owens pleaded guilty and got a 12-month incarceration, On October 11th, 2022, Owens attacked his girlfriend on a cruise ship by putting her in a chokehold, punching her, and throwing her to the ground. Owens was ordered to pay a fine of $5,000.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
We could see some widespread frost through mid-morning. Otherwise, we'll have sunny skies today with a high near 61. Mostly cloudy tonight. We'll drop down to a low around 45. Sunny, breezy, and warm tomorrow with a chance of showers and thunderstorms through the overnight. Look for a high near 79 and a low around 63. And the gusty winds continue on Saturday along with rain and possible thunderstorms. We'll reach a high near 74 and a low around 51. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
That's a look at the news for now. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM, AM 1230 WBVP, 95.7 FM, and 1460 AM WMBA. Also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Welcome to Live Mike with Mike Romai. This is the show that talks about what's happening in Beaver County. Noah Haswell will have news at the top and bottom of each hour. Now, here is the host of the show, Mike Romai.
Once again, I want to thank Kelly Herman for being with us. Tell us about Altered Genius. It's a craft beer brewery in Ambridge. Very popular. All right. 843-1888, 774-1888. Our phone lines are open until noon today. It's this is Monday, Thursday. Is that what they call this? It's the Holy Week. Tomorrow's Good Friday. Hope everything is good for you. What's on your mind this morning? We were talking a little bit about I attended this morning's congressional breakfast at Seven Oaks Country Club, beautiful place. And human services was a big topic. Chris DeLuzio, our congressman, was there to address the crowd, and I think he did a good job at it. I think people of all political persuasions, from businesses to politicians to human service people, were on hand to listen to the congressman and to speak with the congressman. And there's a lot going on in Washington that everybody is trying to figure out in terms of, well, what direction are we going? What decision is being made? How are those decisions being made? Who is on the chopping block as far as employment is concerned? What agencies are looking not only in the rearview mirror, but all around them to find out whether or not their funding is going to be cut? How much is it going to be cut? Where are their staffs? Where are their staffs going to be 6 weeks from now? Nobody knows. And this isn't even to bring up the tariffs, but human services in Beaver County are, just like every other county, under fire and waiting to see, holding their breath to see what's going to happen and how will they be affected by it. And if they're affected by it, the people that they serve are also going to be affected by it. So we will see, but there certainly is a need for these agencies, although some people would like to see them go by the wayside, that we don't need them anymore, we don't need to spend the money, and we can take it off our budget if we just do away with them. What impact will that have? That's the basic bottom line on this. And it has become somewhat of a danger to speak out against the administration. People are intimidated by the Trump administration, and he likes that. And maybe his supporters like that as well. He rolls with an iron fist. He rolls through in intimidation. And there are folks who are intimidated, fearful of their jobs, fearful of getting picked up off of the street and taken to a jail in El Salvador or some other third world country, fearful of retribution. Because if the president has shown us nothing else, it is that he is a president of retribution. He's going after anyone who he thinks has done him an injustice. Anyone. And should it be that way? And you might say, yeah, well, they did the same thing to him. But it's different than that. This is different than that. This is in the sense that he has even his closest allies feeling threatened by him and by this administration. We know what's happening globally. And folks that we used to consider our allies and who had been our allies for the last 60 years are now questioning their allegiance to the United States because of his mannerisms and because of the way he is governing. Some people refer to it as authoritarian, that if you get on the wrong side of him, you're going to pay a price for it. And it's even happening with members of his own party. They are fearful of speaking out against him for fear of retribution. U.S. Senator Lisa Murkowski is an Alaska senator, and she's been in the Senate for a long time. She is somewhat that many would consider to be moderate, not too far on the conservative side. And in many people's minds, if you're not too far on the conservative side, you're a liberal, you're woke, you're all these other things. The name calling just persists more so now than ever before. And so Senator Lisa Murkowski, so many of these Republican legislators are afraid to have town hall meetings because they're getting shouted down by their constituents. Not Democrats, not paid Democrats, but their constituents are upset that they're following in lockstep with the president and his policies. Now, I don't know if you saw a couple days ago that they had a meeting where they were updating everyone on on what's happening in the administration in the different offices. And I will be honest with you, I have never seen so much butt kissing of allegedly smart people, professional people in my life. Granted, I know butt kissing goes on in every business. Every business. So you got somebody's lips on somebody's butt all the time. And there are administrators, there are people who like that. I could never do that. Never, ever in my entire work life. I could never do that. And I saw this display when he was meeting with the cabinet secretaries, and before they updated on what was happening in their departments, they had to genuinely say nice things about him. You're wonderful. You've done this. Oh, and this, nobody's ever seen, just like he talks, nobody's ever seen anything like this before. And he sits there and takes it all in. He loves the worship. I'm sorry. I don't care. There's no salary that would let me do that would allow me to do that for anyone. I might love the job, but I ain't kissing your butt. And these are grown people that are doing this. It's embarrassing to watch. You know how you feel about it in your workplace. And it happens. I understand that. I've seen it. I've worked with these people. But these are grown people, professional people, supposedly educated people who just bow down and grovel and say what needs to be said because that's how they want to keep their job. To me, there ain't no job worth that kind of stuff. I have to be true to myself, and it ain't doing that kind of stuff. Lisa Murkowski has said the quiet things out loud just recently, responding to fear and anxiety over or about the Trump administration actions. And she, once again, I want to remind you, she is a Republican.
Part of what I have been doing with my team is just trying to listen as carefully as I can to what is happening and how it is happening and the impacts it is having on the ground. And we're honest up front in saying we don't have all the answers, but we're trying to unlock at different opportunities and in different ways as much as we can. And it is as hard as anything that I have been engaged in in the 20 plus years I've been in the Senate.
What do you have to say to people who are afraid, or who represent people who are afraid?
We are all afraid. Okay? It's quite a statement. But we are, we're in a time and a place where I don't know, I certainly have not been here before. And I'll tell you, I'm oftentimes very anxious myself about using my voice, because retaliation is real, and that's not right. But that's what you've asked me to do, and so I'm going to use my voice to the best of my ability, and sometimes it will be viewed in a way that, well, that's pretty confrontational. And other times it's going to be using my mother's charm that I learned as a young girl, and in direct communication with those that I have made relationships with, and am able to affect some change that way. But I've got to figure out how I can do my best to help the many who are so anxious and are so afraid.
Lisa Murkowski is a Republican senator, more than 20 years in the Senate, and she said retaliation is real, that she is afraid, oftentimes, to speak her mind, to disagree, because retaliation is real. It's a bullying tactic that this president is so good at, bullying people, suing people to try and get what he wants. And Lisa Murkowski says, we've never been in this place before, and we haven't. And it shouldn't be acceptable behavior. He is a bully. He's bullied our allies. He bullies people who have had disagreements with him. He retaliates against people, even people in his own party, that they're afraid to speak up. Where are we? And how did we get here? 843-1888 and 774-1888. That's a rhetorical question because I know where we are and I know how we got here. Good morning. You're on the live mic.
Hi. There's a lot of things I would really like to say, and I'm just going to touch on a few of them here. But even starting back with the Bay of Pigs, that was a CIA operation, and there were a lot of CIA operatives down there. And apparently they had a training camp in Florida, and even Richard Nixon, I hear, was training these people. And I don't think the CIA did it to set up Kennedy. They just did it because they were good pals with the mafia, I guess, and didn't want Castro there. So that's why the CIA got into such total disfavor with Kennedy, and he said he was going to decimate them and cast them to the wind or something like that, which is definitely why he got assassinated at that time, though he had about 10 other groups that hated him. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to start with that. And then now, retaliation has been part of politics for years and years, and maybe ass kissing too, or butt kissing, but sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Yeah.
Okay, and that's nothing new. And then talk about retaliation, like all the lawyers who tried to help Trump or advise him. I mean, they were disbarring them and putting charges on them, and it was really pathetic. And I know you don't like Trump, but after what he was put through for no good reason, right from the fact that Hillary had this false dossier made up about him and tried to have that released about him in Russia and urinating on beds with prostitutes and whatever all was in that horrible thing, and then getting illegally obtaining FISA warrants so they could spy on him and his people that work with him or around him. And, I don't blame him for what he does, and I hope he gets retaliation on everybody who put the screws to him, who tried to take his life, his liberty, his fortune. And, I'm sorry. My opinion doesn't count particularly, but I don't think that he's doing anything too far out of line. And, if I think our other politicians have been wanting to get kickbacks from other countries, so that's why they send them all this foreign aid and give them, reduced tariffs here when they give us higher tariffs there. Even Canada had tariffs on our dairy farmers all along, and they get mad when we try to do the same. I just, think we have a lot of dishonest politicians in both parties, and I think it's been a long-term thing. And that's about it.
Okay.
Right now.
Well, I appreciate your call and your thoughts. Thank you for making the call.
All right.
Thank you. Bye. It's 9 before noon at Beaver County Radio. What do you think?
Everything in Beaver County. 99.3 FM and 1230 WBVP, coming to you live from the all-new Fry Transportation Studios.
Scrap, scrap, scrap. They call him the scrapper. Scrap, scrap, scrap.
Hey, this is Donnie Iris, the original rapper. But you gotta check out the original scrapper at Scrappy Joe's.
Thanks, Donnie. This is Joe the Chili, a.k.a. Scrappy Joe. And I want to invite you to take a scenic ride to historic Oil City, Pennsylvania to visit Scrappy Joe's and the Consignment Family Network. We are one of the largest co-ops in northwestern Pennsylvania. We have over 70 consignment vendor booths on display with over 1 million products to choose from, like antiques, collectibles, arts and crafts, and much more. Stop by and say hello to my partner Sue Downing and I. That's Scrappy Joe's at 4149 Route 257, Oil City, Pennsylvania. Everybody goes to Scrappy Joe's. See us on Facebook and Google.
Patriot Home Care is now hiring caregivers. Are you a caring and compassionate individual looking for a reliable income with benefits? Then call Patriot Home Care today. Benefits include health insurance, life insurance, paid vacation after 1 year, and 1.5 times hourly pay for overtime plus holiday hours. Patriot Home Care employees provide personal care, conversation and companionship, medication reminders, light housekeeping and laundry, meal preparation, and errands. Start your career in home care today and call Patriot Home Care at 724-506-8911 or apply online at patriothomecare.org.
There's never been a better time to buy a new Ford than right now, and Moon Township Ford is the only place to visit where you'll be treated like family and find incredible savings with the From America for America Employee Price Event on almost every new 2024 and 2025 Ford. Browse through the monthly local Pennsylvania Ford specials at the Moon Township Ford website and visit the showroom to take your new vehicle for a test drive. Don't wait to take advantage of the employee pricing and 5.9% APR financing for 72 months on a 24 Ford F-150. Take advantage of employee pricing on not only the Bronco Sport, but also the full-size Ford Bronco. These prices are the lowest Bronco has ever been, so don't wait and hurry in because they may expire at the end of the month. Moon Township Ford, University Boulevard, Moon Township.
Falcone's Moon Township Ford, where friends send friends.
In a recent live broadcast, Dale Reckless from MRS Physical Therapy stated that if you are over 65 years old, the CDC recommends getting an annual fall risk screening.
Your vestibular system is similar where it starts to slow down at the age of 40 to 50 years old. Your balance systems start to change at the age of 40 to 50 years old, and they keep getting worse. So it's not just something you do once, but you should do it annually because your body continues to change year to year as you get older.
If you need physical therapy for any reason, choose the place that your friends and neighbors do. MRS Physical Therapy, located in Stone Point Landing in Bridgewater, or Cranberry Physical Therapy on Route 19 in Cranberry. For more information, call Dale Reckless today at 724-728-7550 or visit mrsphysicaltherapy.com.
It's 5 before noon. Our weather is going to take a change for the better over the next 24 hours. Here's Lisa Marie.
Here's the Beaver County forecast.
Clear skies and sunshine today. We'll see a high near 61. Mostly cloudy tonight. We'll drop down to a low around 45. Sunny, breezy, and warm tomorrow with a chance of showers and thunderstorms through the overnight. Look for a high near 79 and a low around 63. And the gusty winds continue on Saturday along with rain and possible thunderstorms. We'll reach a high near 74 and a low around 51. I'm Lisa Marie with your Beaver County weather.
51 degrees in Beaver County.
It's true. Putting all of your eggs into one basket not only makes them easier to carry around, but it can also save you money. This is Kalen from Freedom United Federal Credit Union. And yes, I'm the guy behind our recent social media campaign that compared consolidating high-rate credit cards to putting all your eggs into one basket. Sometimes, having lots of options is beneficial, but usually not when it comes to credit cards. Combining balances and getting better terms almost always saves you money. And I can prove it. Get this. Last month, Freedom United Federal Credit Union saved our members over $23,000 by helping them put all those eggs or credit card balances into one easy manageable basket. Or should I say account? It's the month for eggs, so let's gather all of yours, put them into one basket, and put Freedom United in your future. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Opt down to Fisher's New Brighton Foodland for all your Easter needs. They specialize in fresh meats, bakery items, and of course, the deli. Make the trip to New Brighton Foodland. Fisher's New Brighton Foodland is as close as a click. That's right, you can order your groceries right from your home. Click grocerystorenewbrighton.com and fill your shopping cart up. It's just that easy. Pick up a delicious hot meal to go like fried chicken dinners, and don't forget fried fish every Friday. Don't cook, make it a Foodland day. Visit Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, your one stop to shop for all your Easter needs, or click grocerystorenewbrighton.com.
What does it take to take an adventure? Endurance, for when the trail's crumbling under your tires and the desert's pushed you to your limit. And a visit to your Honda dealer's service center so you can do it again and again. Our Honda trained technicians know what's best for your vehicle. When you're due for maintenance, visit your Honda dealer's service center. We take care so you can take an adventure.
Drive into Moon Honda for your express lube needs or schedule online at moonhonda.com.
It's time to wake up, Beaver Valley, with Pastor David Grove from the Church of the Redeemed of Beaver Valley. Tune in to Beaver County Radio this and every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. It's time to wake up and turn our hearts back to Jesus Christ. So wake up early this Saturday and tune in to Wake Up Beaver Valley from 9 until 10 a.m. right here on Beaver County Radio.
Put freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union in Rochester.
Looking for a quick and easy lunch or dinner? Make it the 2 for $6 McDonald's deal. You'll get your choice of Big Mac, 10-piece nuggets, or filet of fish. Pick 2 for only $6. Only at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Yes, we are loving it. It's coming up on noon, and that means news at the top of the hour. Jimmy Fela at about 12:05 to get you through the rest of the afternoon. We'll be back here tomorrow morning at 10 for a Good Friday program on Beaver County Radio. The day starts with Scott Tatey and Frank Sparks with the Beaver County Radio Morning Show. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll talk tomorrow.
You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.